Hey everybody, welcome back to Portal Reloaded. Now, we're here at test chamber 12, where I was honestly stumped, and I spent another good 45 minutes playing around with this, trying to figure it out, and I just couldn't. So I have to admit here, I did look up the solution to this puzzle, and I'll walk you through it. There are a couple of different ways to do this. The first way is the cheese way. So let me move the portal here, and we'll show you the cheese way first. So if you grab this this cube right here, oh, that's that's a little too fast. Let's try that again. If you grab the cube and you bring it over here, there is a way to do it. So you can basically, I've seen it done. I'll try one more time. If you bring the cube over to the edge of the fizzle field there. Right over to the edge here. You can kind of drag it. Well, I've seen it done. I think basically you kind of hold it through the wall, you drag it over here and around and in, and that's one way to do it. Now, the actual intended solution, we were quite close. So if we go back to the present, we currently have one cube, and we don't. Let's get one cube over there. So you set up one cube in the present on the button here, right? And with the button in place, you go back to the present on this side of the barrier, and you set up one of your portals on the extended platform over there. That's where we need the thing to come out of, right? And so we need a way to drop a cube through that blue portal. But the problem is, if we move that cube, then the orange portal disappears because the panel slams into the wall. So we need a way to drop the future cube onto that panel. And so we were sort of on the right track when we were playing around with this momentum idea of using the green portal, the time portal, to send the thing through. So if we press this button, in the future, the thing disappears. But you see, the thing drops through, goes to the other timeline, and then there's a brief window of time where it's kind of flying up to its apoapsis, and then it's going to drop back down. And what I missed was, what I couldn't figure out was, after we drop it, how do we get back to the present to fire a blue portal there and have the cube shoot out? And the trick is that little window of time when it's gone through and it's raising up on the other side before it falls down again. So we were on the right track, but I couldn't quite figure it out. And the trick is, right after you drop it the first time, you can move the green portal, get over there, and fire it in that little window of time, like 2-3 seconds before it starts to fall again. Before it finishes its descent, it begins to fall. So let's do this one more time. And then as soon as it falls through, we go through and we shoot the blue portal there. There it is. And now we have our cube over here, and we can complete the puzzle. So, again, I did have to look this one up. That was tricky.
In case you were curious, no, we cannot make infinite clones of you because of the stupid rules of quantum mechanics. Only once you die can we take your atoms and recreate your body for continued perpetual testing.
So, we'll move on to Chamber 13, and I will try to solve all these puzzles myself. But because of the nature of this series, is you watching me, I won't force you to suffer through me staring at the same puzzle for multiple hours. If I can't finish it in an episode, I'll take a little bit of time off camera to try and work it out. But in the end, if I have to, I'll look up the solution and move on. So far, our score is 11 out of 12. That's not bad for solving these puzzles. And this one, I think, is one of the harder ones in the entire mod. So we'll move on, and we'll try to solve Chamber 13.
These lasers should provide a fun change of pace. Please be aware that some test elements may only be functional in one timeline.
Okay, they're introducing a new complication, a new challenge. There's no actual problem here. It does demonstrate that we have the laser redirection module that may become part of the challenge, and we can see that lasers have to connect between two, looks like they have to connect between two elements. Okay. So, presumably, what we need to do here is connect these lasers, and when we get the laser firing into the entry port here, that will light up the blue X. And remember, it's probably important, the clue that we were given, or the hint, some elements may not be functioning in both timelines. So the laser here may not work in the future. And let's check that out. Let's go see. Yes, so in the future, that laser's not running at all, which means we could not solve the puzzle in the future. We have to solve it in the past. That doesn't mean the future's not involved, but let's see. So if we pop... Okay, we probably need to redirect this portal through the... redirect this laser through the timeline, because while we can do something like that, right? Or rather, while we can do something like this and have the portal come out, or have the laser come out like that, we can't direct it directly in there because of this thing over here. So what we can do, though, if we go to the future, let's go to the future. And let's see. Let's move this over here. Okay. And then what? We can, you know what we can do? So as long as we leave the blue laser alone, actually. No. That doesn't change anything. Can we... okay.
Great.
There we go.
By now, you might be wondering how it is possible to hear these automated messages, regardless of which timeline you're in. We implanted a small device directly into your brain. That way, you can hear these messages as if they were the voice of your own conscience. Well, they practically are, considering how much of your cerebral cortex we had to remove to make this work.
So, just to understand what's going on here, in the past, the blue portal is here, and the orange portal is there, right? And the green portal is there in both timelines. So in the past, the laser goes through the blue portal, comes out of the orange portal, and goes into the green portal in the present, then comes right back out of it in the future where we are. And then we can have a different set of portals, the blue and the orange, which solve the puzzle for us. So this one was pretty straightforward, but it'll get more challenging as we move forward, I'm sure. Oh dear, here we go. Here's something a little bit interesting. Can we get up here? No, we can't. Is there a way to find something to stand on? Maybe there's a cube around here somewhere. I'd love to get up around that corner and see what's over there. Let's take a look around. We've got kind of a busted down staircase over here. Overgrowth. I guess not. I guess there's no way to access that. Possibly... There's no way to shoot portals. So yeah, I don't think we can get in here to see what's down that corner. Maybe if we could do this in the present, things would be different. But then it would probably be higher, right? If we could somehow access this area. I guess we'll just move forward to test chamber 14. Okay, test chamber 14. So here in the future, a lot of stuff is busted up. These are, I think, laser emitters, maybe? Or no, these are redirection tools, I believe. Or maybe they're splitters? I'm not sure. Yeah, there's kind of a hint here. Oh, I see. When you fire the laser into one of them, it comes out of another one, or you want to fire it into multiple lasers? Ultimately, we want to get it over here, which seems really challenging. I'm not sure how we would do that. Can these be picked up and moved? No, they can't. All right, what does this do? This is going to drop a splitter cube, or a redirection cube. Okay. So if we grab this and move it over here, we can aim it at that. That's something. I don't know what that is. Okay, so it passes through this, right? Right, all right. And then if we throw up a portal, we can get 2 of them. So it does seem as though we need to find a way to hit 3. And most likely we need to go to the present to get started so that we can have some of these redirect into... We have something like this in the present that redirects into a time portal of sorts. So let's go to the present and take a look. Now, how we're going to get all 3 plus this, I'm not sure, because how would we even fire at this? Well, maybe if we get all 3 checkboxes first. We'll focus on that part first. So this is not turned on in the present. That's troubling. That's pretty interesting. So I think the first thing we do probably is redirect this from the future to the past, I think. So if we redirect this from the future to the past, is there then anything we can do? We might need to use one redirection in the present, then come back to the past to solve it? Maybe? And then go back and fix things up. Can we get through this door with the laser coming over it? Nope, that's gonna burn us. Okay, we can we can clip through it a little bit. We just can't stand in it. So maybe we try something like this. Let's come over here. Let's redirect this over there. And then let's replace that like that. Okay. And then, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Now we need a cube from the present. So that's going to come out of that timeline and go over here. Kind of need to set this up exactly right first. I'm kind of guessing here. That doesn't look right. Yeah, it's coming right down this center line. So if we kind of place it here, that should be, I think, redirecting into that one, right? And then here in the present, we want to set up our portals to get the third one. So something like that, right? Now we go back through, and we move the present cube to fire through that cube into the present, right? And do we need to do anything with the portals here? I'm not sure. So now we've got all 3 checkboxes lined up. Now what? Now we would need to use, the present cube to fire it in there. So we need to get all 3 of these plus We need the... Well, no, at this point we need the future cube, right? Okay. So, the grand finale is to, I think, is going to be to bring the future cube back here to the present. Where's the future cube at the moment? We're using the future cube in possibly the wrong way here. So let's grab this. Let's say the future cube is going to end up here. Or, I guess, here, something like that. So now we need to use portals in the present? No, in the future. Well, this is tricky, because the... We need to set the portals in the past first. All right, so if we use a portal to fire, let's just try this out. Let's set this going, right? We'll send this through the portal to the past. So present cube is there. That's probably wrong. Or maybe it's right. Wait. No, we've got it. I'm not quite sure how we did it. Okay, so in the past, we're redirecting the laser out through there to the green portal. It comes out of here and lights that one up. Then it gets redirected by present cube over to there. Then our present portals redirected there, and future cube can finish. Okay, there we go. There's the solution. I kind of did that one a little bit by accident. I think I had the right idea, but I wasn't sure I had all the elements in place, because you have to place those portals first, then the future portals, and you have to place that cube first, then the future cube. But as long as you kind of set things up in the right path, obviously you can get through. All right, on we go to Chamber 15.
Things are about to get a little more complicated in the next chamber. But don't lose hope. Think about this. As long as you don't see your own corpse lying in the future, it is safe to assume that you solved the chamber sometime during the last 20 years.
Okay. Well, this looks like a jumping puzzle to me. Okay. The fact that they're warning me it's going to get more complicated is a little bit intimidating. All right, look at this room. Wow. All right, Chamber 15 is serious. We've got 1, 2, and 3 over there, and I'm guessing we can't quite see it, but there's got to be a 4 as well. Can we get up there? We would need the stairs, I suppose. And where do we have the actual laser? Through here? So obviously passing through that fizzles any and all portals. That's troubling. I'm guessing here these glass panels are not here in the future. So most likely we start with this, right? Oh, the laser will pass through the glass. Interesting. Okay. But if we pass through this, then our portals disappear. So we also need a way to do this and then get out, which I'm guessing we can do with... No, we can't do that because if we place that there, then we can't place the thing, the time portal. So really, the only way we can do this at present is with the time portal, I guess, and then go through the other side. So to solve this, we would have already needed to place our present portals. But how does this help us? So the glass is still there. What we really need, I think, to get started is a way to get out after having set up our present portals on these 2 windows. So how would we do that? Okay, I think the trick here is going to be... Yeah, let's move that over there for now. I think the trick here is going to be we set the blue portal. We use this to come through to the other side. Then we move it. And now we can come through into the present. And we still have our blue portal set up. So instead of trying to put the orange portal there, we move it somewhere else. Now, where's number 1? It's up there. So if we do this, that's going to light up number 1. Okay. So now we've got the laser out of this chamber, right? And pointing at number 1. We probably want to leave these blue and orange portals alone forever now. But then again, maybe not, because we want to light this thing up, I think. Does that... If we light that thing up, does that split it? Does that power up both of these things if we do that? What if we move that there? No, that does not do what we want it to do, what I thought it did. Why do we want why do we want that powered up? So we need 2 copies of the laser here. Let's go to the future and see what lighting both of these up does, if we can. Is there... We don't have a splitter. So that's coming out of... Yeah, that's going into the blue portal. And coming out of the orange portal. Wait, that is going onto a doorway. Hold on, let me go back now. So now, wait a minute. Now if I place the green portal, hold on. And come over here and place the green portal. What does that do for me? That just gets it reflecting back along itself. So that doesn't really help. Hold on. What if we replace... No. If we go to the present... That's going into the blue portal. That'll power that up in the present. There's no way to put something between these, right? Okay. What we really need is a way to split this laser into 2 somehow. Huh. Well, the first part is just getting both of these things powered on. So let's think through that. Let me go back to the present here. If we do that, and then we do this, then now we have 2 things in the present. How did I do that? I don't understand how I did this. So, right, in the past, we're pointing that way. In the future, we've changed the location and then redirected it through the time portal. Okay, so now we have the present is coming out of there, right? And then in the future, it gets redirected to the green portal. So now we have both lasers here. And I can replicate this by moving the green portal and then replacing it, right? Now why isn't it? Oh, it's off center a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I can lift myself up here, and I can get a splitter in the present. Okay, all right. So now we're making progress. Now we've got a splitter, and we're gonna have a splitter in 2 timelines. So, I don't think we care about the green one anymore. We should move it. So if we move it over there, no. So in the present, we're pointing at number 1. Can we redirect it to come out of... Can we redirect it to come out of... No, because we would need to... We can move the orange portal. We can do that. So let's move the orange portal. That will come over here. That powers up number 2, right? And if we move one of the cubes, either in the past or the present, no, it has to be in the it has to be in the future, because we don't have both lines in the present. It has to be redirected in the future through the time. No, not through the time portal. It's redirected through... Oh, and actually, we don't have this one anymore. Troubling, troubling. Well, let's see what happens if we redirect this over here. We can do that. What does that get us? Not much. We need to get back to a timeline where we have at least 2 lasers. Look at this flashing pink. Huh. Okay, this is another tricky one, but I'm not giving up yet. We haven't tried a lot. There's a lot of stuff we haven't tried. All right, so what if we use the cube? Can we push the cube through here? Or does it get... No, it gets destroyed. That's no good. Okay. So we're going to need to bring back our other solution here. Which was what? How did we do this? We came over here. Popped that down. And then... move it a little bit to the left. Okay, there we go. So here we go with this. So now we have 2 lasers, right? If we pop this over here like this, that lights up part of that. What did I do? What did I break? Oh, it's there in the future as well. Let's bring it through. Back to the present. What was I trying to do here? No, I lined it up there. Okay, that's good. And then we can move this one over here. And point that there. Okay. So now we've got 2 of these things set up. I don't know. I don't have the faintest idea how we're going to get the third, though. If we stand here, what does that do? That gives us a check mark. But somehow we need to get another laser and a cube up here. Gosh, this is getting very complicated. We've only got the 2 cubes to work with. Do we actually need this third one enabled to get through the door, or do we just need to get a cube up here? I don't know what that number 3 is going to do. There's not much else we can do at this point. We can't move either the blue or the orange portal. That disables the entire setup. We don't need this to be powered anymore, though. So we could move the green one somehow. Right? Because we could maybe move the green one. Is there another wall in the future? Or so if we move the green one and move the future thing that it's shooting through, that lets us redirect this set of lasers somehow. We probably need to do it from up here so that we don't need the, we don't need the stairs, right? So, like, for example, if we moved the green one here... No, that wouldn't work, because the portal's not going to shoot... The portal in the future is not going to shoot the laser backwards in time. Huh. We need to have all three of these things, all three of the check marks turned on, which means we need at least one final portal to be coming out of there. So I feel like, do we want the, how are we going to do that? Presumably, we need to use this connection. That's the only thing that's high enough to get everything. There's nothing over there. So that panel right there and that panel right there are I think are gonna be part of the solution somehow, because it's the only way to get things high enough, aside from what we currently have. But we can't afford to split this. So let's see what happens if we... This is tricky because... Yeah, and if... You know what? If we do it so that there's a cube on this platform, then we can split it, right? As it's coming out. And then send it where? Send it where? We could send it over in that direction towards another cube, I guess. Maybe that's something I can try. So we're in the present. How would we even do that? Because then we would need to have this lit up as well. I just feel like there's not enough pieces to get this to work. It's tricky. Maybe we don't need that lit up. So then what? If let's mess around with it. If the present, we start by coming out there. No, that's useless. And that's moved the portal in the future as well. So we definitely need to move the portal in the future and have it go through a time portal. Move the orange portal and have it go through an orange portal. That should do something. So in the future, we can do something like this, maybe. Well, hold on. That gets us that, and then what? If we had this lifted, we could put a cube on it, redirect it over there. But I don't think that's it. Huh. Do we want to solve? Maybe we try not. Maybe we don't try to solve these in order. Maybe that's my mistake. Maybe I'm trying to solve one first and then two, and that's kind of a problem. So what if in the past, right? We come down here and we solve number 3 first. Let's start with this. So we solve number 3 first, and then we fire this. No, we gotta grab this one. So as soon as we grab this one, that one disappears. Then we fire this, but the problem is as soon as we redirect it, it no longer solves number 1, right? So that's no good. That's like a finale there. Well, right, now we go to the future and we change it. So in the past, it's still going to be hitting that thing, right? But in the future, we can have it hit this thing. And then what? So the past is useless. Right. We need to send it through a portal here. So like we could do. We have to send it through a portal. How do we send it through a portal that's useful? Because we can send it through a low ground portal. Like we can go back to what we were doing before. That works, right? That gives us both the power spike and... Huh. I think we were closer before I started messing with things. So, in the original timeline, right, we had this coming out of here. And then in the future, we change it up so that it's coming out of here. Then we go back to the past. And now both of these are lit up. Or that's slightly off center. There we go. Now both of those are lit up. That raises a cube. And we can't afford to change any of these now because we need this to stay in place. So we can use a cube to get these two things lit up. But how do we get the third one lit up? We'd have to... We need either another time portal, which we don't have, or another, I don't know, another set of cubes. So, like, let's get back to where we were. We were over here like this, right? What happened there? Why did that die? Right, it's moved. So as soon as we grab it from the future, it comes back. So we can block this like this and get this to lower, or we can block it on the other side, I suppose. Or we can move the green thing if we want to get up on that platform. Do we want to get up on that platform? I don't think we do. Because what would that buy us? If we don't have the green platform down there, if we try to move it, then this isn't lit up, that doesn't raise. Unless we redirect it somehow. You can't use the cubes to redirect height. You can only use the portal. So we can get to there, and then what? Then how do we get this last one, right? Let's follow the path of the cube. So in the past, which is where we are, rather the present, comes out of there. No, comes out of there, goes into the blue portal, pops out of the orange portal, and goes over there. In the future, we redirect. The blue portal's the same, but we have the orange portal there. And it shoots out and then bounces back through that, through there, and over to that. So, I think we need to find a way. Man, this one's tough. I can get the first two, but then I'm sort of stuck on the third one. All right, guys. That's pushing up to the episode limit, so I'm going to take a break here. I am not going to look this up. I'm going to play around with this a little bit and see if I can figure it out. And when we come back, I'll show you what I've got. If I solve it or if I don't. I guess if I don't, I will have to look it up. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you if I look it up or if I figure it out, but I feel like I'm on the right track. We just need to figure out a way to split this one more time somehow. Because we need another copy of the laser, it feels like, or really, I guess what I really need is for because we start there, we shoot out of there, and then we redirect it in the future. So what I really need is for the first leg before we go through the time portal to do more work somehow. And I can't quite see how we get that unless I can get that in place in the present. which I think we had a hard time with because once it's placed down, you can't travel through, right? Like, I can't create those portals in there and then escape. Or did I figure out a way to do it? Maybe I can do it with the, hold on, maybe I can do it with the first cube. Is there a way for me to... No, I can't move the cube through the time portal. I can't move the first cube through the time portal. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck here. All right, guys, I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to noodle this for a while, see if I can figure it out, and when we come back, I'll tell you what I've got. So until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are liking this this mod. It was free, so there's that, and it's also very, very well done. The puzzles are great, very challenging. I like it. We'll see you next time. Take care.